Hello everyone, how are y'all doing? It's Katie here, the mountain mystic, out in nature on the trails once again, out on a trail run today. And I bring that up because in this video, what I want to do is speak to trail running, or most of you will think of it more as hiking, as an embodiment practice. So in other words, as someone who calls herself an embodiment teacher, who teaches yoga, mindfulness, meditation, other mind-body sort of practices, what I'm here to do in this video is to bring you a conversation on how that same perspective, that same wisdom, and some of the ways those same sort of practices can be applied to your embodiment as you get to do what is my most favorite thing, which is to be out on the trails, out in nature, moving your body. So before going further, it's worth asking ourselves, what is embodiment? Embodiment, very simply, right, being the state, the experience of being present and centered in one's whole self, in one's whole body. I like to think of embodiment as the sort of pole, right? The opposite that most of us live here in the modern Western industrialized world, a world that is very masculine, a world that is very sort of this worldview of mind over matter, of mind separate, and often even spoken to as superior to body. So embodiment is what we can think of as the feminine pole that has us present, centered, connected, feeling in and as one's body. So whereas most of us modern humans sort of trained in this way of living where we live from the neck up, really centered in our heads, very disconnected from that felt experience of our bodies, right? Of all our senses, feelings, emotions. What embodiment is it is a practice-centered philosophy, right? Wisdom tradition that has us reconnecting and deepening into the connections that already exist in a way that is skillful and in a way that is healing. So do this with me for a moment. I really invite you to practice this. Again, embodiment is all about practice. This is super simple. I'll keep it short, focused. So I sat down, but you can do this standing. Whether you're seated or standing, taking a few breaths, invite you to breathe down into your body. So maybe starting in your chest, your whole rib cage, inhaling, really feeling into the three-dimensional expansion of your rib cage. Inhaling fully, deeply, with ease, and just letting your inhale flow naturally into the exhale. So nice full inhale. Let it naturally turn over to your exhale, and then nice full deep exhale. And as you take these breaths, breathing consciously into those sensations in your rib cage. We're just going to take a few breaths just like this. And as you're here breathing in this simple way, perhaps bringing some attention, awareness to your feet beneath you, your seat beneath you. Here I'm outside, so I get to tune in directly to that connection with the earth. But no matter where you are, feeling into that physical connection to the surface beneath you as you continue these deep breaths into self. Simple practice, powerful practice, and a practice that is really getting to the basics of embodiment. That is this connection to self, a felt, known embodied connection with self, and from the space, connection to the earth, to the world that expands beyond self. Often doing this in a way that is grounding, so that connection to ground, that physical earth that holds you, that supports you. This right here, very, again, simple but profound practice when it comes to embodiment essentials. So when it comes to what I am teaching most significantly in, say, a yoga class, or even a breath work, or even meditation, right? Mindfulness, any of these sort of mindfulness modalities, what we are doing is being in a practice of bringing awareness into self, into the whole of self. So again, this is about getting yourself out of your head, right? Our head being the place that most of us have learned to live in, disconnected from body, often really disconnected from our environment. But what we're doing, say in a traditional yoga asana class, again, really in any traditional embodiment practice, is bringing awareness, which means bringing consciousness into self, into the whole of self. So we might do this by bringing awareness to heart center, right? That's a really traditional yoga practice. But we can also do this while bringing consciousness, bringing awareness into our legs, into our feet. So you can think about what is being done in a yoga class, right? Standing in different poses, moving through different poses, and in doing so, moving energy through your body, yes, in a way that is healing, in a way that is strengthening, yes, in a way that is bringing flexibility. But more than this, right, this is what I care even more about, is in doing so, you are learning how to be in skillful connection to self. So now I want you to think about what I'm doing now, right, out here on the trails, hiking, and then once I'm done recording this video, I'll be running again. What I'm doing, right, is moving my body as I'm out in connection to earth. And what I love about hiking and about trail running is what it does is brings a movement practice that, you know, on one hand really demands your focus, right? I'm here walking on a technical trail and it demands my focus, right? Yes, I know today I'm talking to you, but this is something that I do often, so I'm quite good at navigating technical territory. But anyway, for the most part, you know, when we're moving at a good pace on technical terrain, what it's really asking is that we are engaged, right? It's not like the yoga mat that is perfectly flat and safe. It's not like all those paved streets that are nice and easy to walk on. When you're out in nature, things are wild and it demands your attention. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for listening today. If you enjoyed what you heard today, if you got something out of it, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you've hit that subscribe button so that you can get more videos just like this one. If you want to go further into your own embodiment practice, I am now opening doors to one-on-one sessions, an opportunity to work directly with me so that I can be here to directly guide and support you on this path. I thank you so much for being with me today. I'm going to go keep running and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.